Breaking news on this Thursday evening. Playoffs are set. Let's take a look at what the teams are this year for the playoffs in the 2011 season in Hart versus Pullen. Gonna change it up this week. Do a little PowerPoint presentation and see how you like it. In no particular order, one of the teams making the playoffs will be the Oak Island Miniacs. We're going to do a pro versus con list for each team. So the pros for the Oak Island Miniacs, Aaron Rodgers on her roster, #1 fantasy player. Only downside would be if the Packers are not really playing for much in the next couple weeks. Cons, no quality running backs on her team. Next up, the Poor Sport Rage. Interesting picture there for the Rage. Pros, Chris Johnson finally decided he wanted to play and earn his contract that he signed earlier this year. Cons, questionable management. 4 players left that he actually drafted. 11 free agents. But he did make the playoffs, and that's not what the Knightdale Wolfpack can say. Next up, again in no particular order, would be Team Kloss. And if you're wondering what that picture is, if you can't read the arrow, that picture is actually what pops up if you Google Kloss. You should check it out. The pros for Team Kloss, loaded at running back. However, he is in the top 5 all time as one of the worst fantasy football team names ever. Granddaddy's Gremlins. Pros, got Jimmy Graham. Unbelievable season for this tight end. He's got a couple other Saints players on his team as well. Cons, got Stevie Butterfingers Johnson on his roster. Him, just like his Buffalo Bills teammates, are really struggling as of late. So not looking good for the Gremlins. Next up will be the Quail Point Yaks. Coming in strong towards the end of the season. No surprise, being that she has Arian Foster, Michael Bush, and Frank Gore. Probably the best running back group I've ever seen on a fantasy football team. And she actually drafted all 3. That's impressive. Cons, however, would be she actually drafted these 2 guys, and they've been on IR for a while. Peyton Manning's been out all year, but yet she still has them on her roster. So some questionable management there. And needless to say, she thinks that Rams are Yaks. So we should probably throw that on the con list. The Glen Arden Grannies. Loaded with Patriot players. Got the Golden Boy Tom Brady, Wes Welker, and then Rob breaking records Gronkowski. The only con for her would be what happens if the Patriots actually get shut down by somebody. Her team will certainly be struggling if that happens. So this will lead us to the ESPN rankings created by the commissioner of this league. And let's zoom in a little bit just in case you can't see. Coming in at number 6, the Poor Sport Rage. Number 5, Granddaddy's Gremlins. Number 4, Team Kloss. Number 3, the Oak Island Miniacs, posting the best record this year. However, weak at running back, so playoffs not looking good. The Quail Point Yaks, loaded at running back, and all of those running backs will be playing extremely hard to get their teams W's. So that leads us to the number 1, the Glen Arden Grannies. #1 ranked on the ESPN Power Rankings due to her incredible drafting ability of all those Patriot players. So good luck. There is a game tonight, so I hope if you're just now seeing this video, you will log in and set your rosters. However, it is the Steelers and the Browns, so you probably got some Steelers players. I highly doubt anybody has any Cleveland Brown players. If you're not on this list, that means you didn't make the playoffs like myself. So still try to show up, still try to win the toilet bowl. Remember, toilet bowl gets their money back. Good luck.